Is this really the end of Cam Newton as a starter in the NFL as we know it? Before I get right into that, I want to make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates each and every time we have breakdowns here at Sports Choice Plus. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Without further ado, we're going to get right into it. Looking at this past season, Cam Newton has had one of his worst seasons to date. And you're looking at just his regression of who he was as an MVP in 2015 and how each year after each year after each year, his numbers, his completions, his yards continuously are going backwards instead of forwards. We're seeing less and less of him as far as overall the production. And, you know, it raises a lot of questions. When he got to New England, he got to camp late, basically, because he had a couple of injuries and, you know, doctors couldn't, during the early parts of the pandemic, get to him to do a physical or things like that. Everything was delayed. So New England took an offer out on him, gave him an opportunity. He beat out Jarrett Stidham. And when you're looking right now at New England, I don't think he got a fair shake. And what I mean by that is some NFL team out there should give Cam Newton another chance, even if it is New England. When you look at just how many guys literally opted out in New England, the Patriots had the most players to opt out of any team due to the pandemic. When you look at the offensive side of the ball, defensive side of the ball, they were at the top of the list. When you have a defense that has pretty good players like a Stephon Gilmore, Dante Hightower, Patrick Chung, all those guys are pretty decent on defense. Stephon Gilmore, even though he played this past season, Hightower didn't, Patrick Chung didn't. You got a lot of key starters on both sides of the ball for New England that were either quality backup depth or either starters that didn't come to this season. So when you're looking at Cam, he didn't have any real tight ends. He didn't have any real wide receivers. A lot of guys he would throw into were either practice guys or guys that just didn't play in general if people were healthy on the depth chart above them. You're seeing a lot of inconsistencies in coaching from Belichick's standpoint. You saw a lot of games where Belichick was out-coached. And you're starting to see this team be exposed as far as how they're built as a team. Even with all the opt-outs, you know, there could have been some trades done. There could have been things to bring in different pieces to help out, you know, this actual organization. And, you know, Cam didn't have a true training camp like we know to have a training camp. He didn't have any practice games. He didn't have a lot that he normally would have that we can actually critique his time in New England. It's just one thing after another. When you look at the things that Bill Belichick asked him to do, he did those things. When you asked to be a leader, when you asked to galvanize the troops, when you asked to do X, Y, and Z, he did that perfectly. You saw with his first game, that duel with Russell Wilson in Seattle, how that ended up for him. But, you know, he definitely gave his all, play in and play out, trying to make sure this team was very successful. Coming in the shadows of Tom Brady is no easy feat. And I think he did an admirable job. I think that, you know, people are starting to come to grips with, oh, Tom Brady's not here anymore. He won't be back here anymore. And that's kind of setting the tone for everything we're doing moving forward. So a big part, a big part of this is a team needing an actual quarterback. I can see several teams that need a quarterback right now taking a flyer. But because the NFL draft has so many different quarterbacks in it and so much young talent, the time is now to get a starting QB for the next 10 years or so. So, do I think this is Cam's last time being a starter in the NFL? I think the answer is no. I think that Cam Newton can beat out a lot of great quarterbacks that's in this league, a lot of young quarterbacks as well. And I think not only on the field, he can perform when he has weapons around him comparable to what he originally had. Sky's the limit. So I believe Cam Newton will start again someday. I don't think it'll be for New England, but I think it'll be for another team. So what do you guys think? Do you think that Cam is done as a starter in the NFL? Do you think he'll keep playing as a backup? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Choice Plus. Each and every week we have breakdowns here on the YouTube platform. And make sure you're safe out there. Make sure you're masking up. And as always, we'll see you next time.